Hey everyone, so we are back with another great adventure. If you guys have not seen the other videos that I dropped recently, go check them out. One of them is talking about the 31st Alabama Regiment, and then I dived into doing a summary report of some of the battles that I've already visited and kind of give you guys a little bit more of an insight of those battles and a little bit more of a backstory. But today we are at Allatoona Pass. This place holds a role in the Georgia history of the Civil War. It features, if you look right over here, it features a deep railroad track that was actually in between these trenches that kind of was going for the great locomotive chase of 1862. If you guys are not familiar, that was led by Andrews Raiders. John Andrews and his Raiders was the mastermind of capturing the General locomotive. But on this day, October 5th, 1864, this was only a few months after the burning of Atlanta. There was a battle that took place here by the most stubborn of men. And then there was 5,301 soldiers engaged here. 30% of which lost their lives on this battlefield. So where are we standing at today? This is actually what they would call memory lane here. If we walk over here, we'll start and we'll go around in a circle. But right here you have the monument for Ohio. This is for the 5th Ohio Cavalry that served throughout the Atlanta campaign. Acting as the eyes of the Union forces, elements of the 5th Ohio were posted to the Allatoona on picket and communication duty, where they fought in the Battle of Allatoona Pass on October 5th, 1864. So that is the 5th Cavalry of Ohio. And this is for the Wisconsin Regiment. On the 5th of October, 1864, the brave men from Wisconsin defended the Star Fort and the neighboring relations depot from the repeated Confederates. So they were the ones that defended the Star Fort. Now, Star Fort is still here, or some of it is still here, of the fortification that was made out of the earthly material. And if you guys are not familiar, some of the trenches and forts that was made during the Civil War was just kind of like mounds of dirt that was made by men just compacting dirt together. Kind of like that hill right there, they kind of would do something like that. So that's pretty cool, pretty fascinating. And then if we go down a little bit further, we have the Minnesota. This was a tribute to the officers and men of the 4th Regiment Minnesota Volunteer Infantry, led by Lieutenant Colonel John E. I'm not even sure on how to pronounce the name, but I think it's Torwelly, commanding, who held their ground on October 5th, 1864, where they had 11 killed and 33 wounded out of the Minnesota Regiment. And then we have the great state of Ohio. They died so that our nation might live. 39th Ohio Volunteer Infantry, Brigadier General John Corse of Ohio, commanded the victorious federal forces at Allatoona Pass, October 5th, 1864. Then, if you guys are not familiar, you guys know what this state is. Illinois, where the 16th President of the United States eventually was laid to rest. If you guys are not familiar with who I'm talking about, it's Abraham Lincoln. So here is the monument for the Illinois. Here lie loyal men falling, defending the United States and freedom. October 5th, 1864. The price of the victory was 86 killed, 243 wounded, 48 missing. Illinois Volunteer Infantry Regiments, the 7th, the 9th, the 12th, the 50th, and the 57th, and the 93rd. you guys are not familiar, Illinois regiments were very big in the battles here in Georgia, but also throughout Tennessee as well. They were a big regiment for the North and the federal government. Now, this is the Monument of Texas. This is Allatoona Pass, October 5th, 1864. Now they might have some information on the back, but yeah, they do right here. The Texas remembers their sons whose devotion to duty and valor in the battle drove to their forts the invading federal forces on this field of honor. This is the 9th Texas Infantry, the 10th, the 14th, 32nd, and then it kind of just goes down a little bit more, kind of giving you the colonels, the generals, and the majors that was involved in leading these men into battle. That's always pretty cool that they actually have that kind of information to share with you guys. Now, as you can see, we were kind of going into the north right here on this side, and then we kind of met in the middle. So now we're starting the Confederacy. If you guys are not familiar, Missouri was another Confederate state that broke away from the Union. On this field of honor, Missouri soldiers of the Cochrane's elite brigade fought and died for Southern independence. October 5th, 1864, 91 killed. And then they do have a list of heroes right here of the men that actually was killed or wounded or eventually died of their wounds. So that is actually pretty cool. And then if you guys are not familiar, all lie in an unmarked graves of Georgia clay. If you guys are not familiar, Georgia is very known for its red clay. That's actually pretty cool. I mean, I've seen a lot of Georgia red clay, especially out there in the Kennesaw area. If you guys are not familiar with Kennesaw Mountain, watch the video that I have of multiple times of me going out to Kennesaw, as well as Little Kennesaw, Pigeon Hill, Cheatham Hill. Those were all great battles. But we have the Mississippi regiments now, and I love the detail that they add to this, kind of like the little paper, and then they got the leaves, and then they got the little tent, the cannon. They added a lot of detail to their monument, but this was to honor those men who fought here on October 5th, 1864, which was part of the 4th Regiment, Colonel Thomas in Adair, the 7th Battalion, 31st Regiment, which was led by Colonel William S. Berry, 36th Regiment, the 39th, the 46th, Brookhaven Battalion, so far from home, some never to return. That was their speech at the end. Now this one doesn't have anything on the back. It's okay. Some do, some don't. And I think Illinois does too, but I'm gonna walk back over there and show you guys. I think they do have something on that side. But here we are. We are in the North Carolina state now, of the 29th, the 39th Infantry Regiments. These are the flags. These are their battle flags. I've actually seen this flag. I've looked at actually purchasing this flag. Because I do a lot of collection with the Civil War battle flags, no matter if it's Union, Confederate. I like collecting the flags because I just find it fascinating on how they came about creating these flags and what these flags actually meant. I'm actually going to be probably purchasing the 20th Maine flag probably later on, pretty soon. Because my wife is really fascinated with the 20th Maine Regiment because of the movies that we watch. We watch Gods and Generals, and as well Gettysburg. And out of those two movies, my wife's favorite general or colonel out of the 20th Maine was Mr. Joshua Chamberlain. Great man. I hope that one day I can go out to Maine and pay my respects to that man, just because of how he led his division and his infantry, especially at the Battle of Gettysburg. But with that being said, and kind of not going off into rambling, this is North Carolina. In honor of the brave men of North Carolina 29th and 39th Infantry who fought and died here in defense of their families, homes, and country, and for Southern independence. Which that actually brings a great point. So what was the Confederates fighting for? Well, they were fighting for many things. And I've looked up Robert E. Lee. Now, Robert E. Lee wasn't he was one of those generals that wasn't necessarily supporting secession, let alone the whole slavery thing. He was more like supporting his homeland, the state of Virginia, because he was given the opportunity to lead Lincoln's army, but he didn't want to join Lincoln's army because he didn't feel like it was right to invade his home as well as many other Southerners' homes. So that's ultimately why he joined the Confederates. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that all the Confederacy was the same and they thought the same, because nobody really knows how they were thinking and what their whole motive was of joining the Confederacy and going against the Union. But I do want to say that I do honor them for their bravery and their commitment, as well as like they're just showing so much fierce and determination of trying to win something, even though they knew that it was going to be a tough task. So I give them a lot of props on that as well. If you guys look right here, this is actually a monument that was actually done by the Sons of Confederacy, or Sons of Confederate Veterans. These are wonderful people, as well as the Daughters of Confederate. I actually know a lady that is one of my subscribers that is actually part of the Daughters of Confederate, and I'm going to eventually maybe see if I have any heritage with the Confederacy that may have fought during the Confederate or the Civil War with the Confederacy. So I'm going to look forward to that, and hopefully I can kind of get some more information on that. But anyways, we're going to continue walking through here. Now, here's the big one, Alabama. So this is Alabama, who was led by General Samuel G. French. Samuel G. French is actually one of the generals that was here during the battle. This state is actually known as the Yellow Hammer State, for the noble dead of the Army's mules. A nation mourns for the living, honoring and respect will await them wherever they shall be known as faithful soldiers who have for their dearest rights so often gone through the fires of the battle and the baptism of blood. So I don't know, I always love reading that every time I come out here. It's very what's the word? It's very refreshing and peaceful to hear those kind of things. But right here on the back, we have Nobbs Battalion. So Nobbs Battalion was under the command of Reuben F. Cobb, was organized April 1862 at UF Alabama as part of the Bourbon Light Artillery with the Army of Tennessee. It took part in the battles of Knoxville, Chickamauga, Chattanooga, Missionary Ridge, and the Dalton-Atlanta campaign. Hood's movement into Tennessee, which included Allatoona Pass, Franklin, and Nashville. Records of March 29th, 1864 show the battalion armed with two 6-pound smoothers and two 12-pound howitzers. Nobbs Battalion surrendered at Augusta, Georgia at the end of the war. Casualties in the war: 70 killed, wounded, 45 died of diseases. Oh, wow. So that regiment, or that battalion, actually seen a lot of craziness. Now we have the great state of Louisiana. This is the Louisiana battalion. If you guys are not familiar, I believe this is correct, but I'll add it in the description if I'm incorrect. But this is the state where John Bell Hood is actually buried. If you guys are not familiar, John B. Hood is actually the general of the Confederate Army. And here on the back it states, Louisiana. This monument is dedicated to the brave soldiers of Louisiana that maned the guns and fought mightily at Allatoona Pass on October 5th, 1864. So that is actually pretty cool. Now, would you guys let's go check out the back of Illinois. I know we already walked past it, but there's something that was pretty cool on the back of Illinois that actually states Lincoln. Yes, see? It says Land of Lincoln. Now, one thing that everybody must know is that, yes, Lincoln is buried in Illinois, but he is not from Illinois. He was actually born in Kentucky. And his parents, well, his stepmother, actually treated him better than his own father. His father was actually abusive towards him. So he was a great, I believe that he may have made some wrong decisions and some wrong choices during the Civil War, but I also think that he made some great decisions and some great choices as well. But I also believe that his assassination was actually wrong, and it should have not have occurred, because that just kind of shows cowardism. And if you guys ever seen the movie Killing Lincoln, it kind of dives more into that. It's kind of going towards the end of the Civil War, and a lot of Confederates wasn't even supporting John Wilkes Booth in that movement of assassinating Lincoln. So that's actually pretty cool. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and continue our journey through here. I'm going to take you guys on the trail leading up to the Fort Starr and show you guys that fortification, and then I'm going to bring you guys some pictures of Allatoona Pass during the Civil War and after the Civil War. So I'm going to post that in the video. I hope that you guys enjoy it. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and once you guys subscribe to the channel, make sure you guys click that notification bell so you guys most definitely can receive notifications of new videos being released. And like always, love you guys. Talk to you guys again soon. No, it's mixed in with like another video. Oh. I'm doing like a revisit.
Oh, well, you can allowed to do that. Everybody seems to do that these days.
But this road that we're walking on right now actually was the old railroad.
Oh, that's why they probably said don't dig. You might find railroad. That's crazy. Like, I wonder where it went to. It must have gone out to that road right there.
I don't know. It was all the way down here. Because this was a railroad during the Civil War time. You know, during 1862. Yeah. When John Andrews and his raiders was notorious for that general locomotive chase. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. This is my favorite part right here.
Oh yeah, this is neat looking, ain't it?
That's scary though.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that tree wasn't there last time, was it?
No.
That just must have fell over.
Yeah, that's kind of scary. I like this rock though.
That is awesome. It's like something you would see like in Malifest.
Basically.
Yeah. Like wait for
I just hope that tree doesn't fall.
like dragons and fairies to start flying around in there.
I just hope that tree doesn't fall while we're walking.
Yeah.
Cause look, that shit is hanging right on that ledge.
That's a little scary. I don't think it will. Just be careful.
Look at it.
Ooh.
Look at that, you guys. That tree is actually hanging right there on the edge.
Say a prayer before you walk under.
That is crazy.
That wasn't there last time.
No, I think it's because of a strong windstorm.
They must have cut it down. Yeah, I bet you they tried to cut some of it down.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that.
No, I guarantee you there's probably some still artifacts in here.
Yeah.
Probably in these rocks.
Look at these trees just hanging to the side.
I guarantee you there's probably some rocks up in here.
Yeah.
I bet you. Like old bullets or something, probably still lodged into something.
Probably.
Every time we film, it's always windy.
I noticed that.
What was up there? Do you ever know?
Me and Mackenzie ran up there last time, and it was just, it went up there to some rock thing. It wasn't really
Anything?
much of anything, you know. So they just went up there from top. I don't think so. Up there. You want to walk up there?
Well, we will on the way back. Star Fort.
What's a star fort? Is that the one you want to see?
Yeah.
Okay, then we gotta rough this track. I don't know what's way down there.
I don't know. This is kind of. I always get nervous on these stairs that they put like on the ground.
When they're so small and this.
Yeah. Well, also that the whole fact that it's on a mountain. And we already see like a tree dangling like a ornament. That must have been a strong windstorm.
Yeah.
So somewhere right here is the trail to Fort Starr. It's gotta be the weirdest name for a fort.
Forts. They have a fort up here?
Yeah.
On a mountain.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, there was like 5,301 soldiers that was engaged in battle here. 30% of which died on this battlefield. That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
Oh, that's scary.
Not too bad?
Looking down.
Yeah.
But that's a climb.
What's that?
Said that was a climb.
Oh, yeah.
Which way?
What did you do? I was thinking that way. I don't know.
Probably. Yeah, it looks like it. There's a plaque over here. And then another one. I'm gonna get this plaque real quick. How are you guys? Huh? Alright, you guys, so after almost climbing what seemed like Mount Everest, I think we got here. I think we have reached the location of the old Fort Starr here at the Allatoona Pass battlefield. And here is a plaque talking about the redoubt. So here you go. As you guys can see. Man, that was a climb, wasn't it? If you think about it though, this is a good station. There's some of the trenches right there.
I took some pictures of them. Wow.
I bet you there's something in these trenches, I bet you. Yeah.
One day I'm going to get a metal detector. I want a metal detector for Christmas. Just anybody out there stepping like that. The oddest thing to get for Christmas, huh? Where'd you go? Let me give you a picture.
What?
It's pretty cool. Look at that one. No. Take a picture of you right there. And cheese. Hey.
So this must be the inside of
The fort?
Fort Starr.
This is the inside of it?
Inside of the Fort Starr right here.
Wow, look at that.
What's this little thing? It's pretty cool though. Huh? Confederate withdrawal. Confederate withdrawal.
Considered the earthwork?
Yeah.
So this is where they would hide down here for guns and look over?
Yep.
Pretty things. Look at this. Nice go camping out here. Awesome.
I would.
Me too.
It's actually pretty cool. It's crazy that there was actually a fort up here. Well, it wasn't a few men. There was 5,000 here. Yeah, I haven't seen that picture.
There's a white house right there. You don't bet that's that white house down there, do you?
Uh-uh.
See that hill? What's coming in? You know how it goes around like that? It must go through these woods from back there. But where's the water? There would be the... Wouldn't that water be out there?
I don't think it was back then before, huh?
That was man-made?
Yeah.
For sure. Or is that it right there?
This has all mostly been railroad at one point.
What is that,
Because that dam was man-made.
Yeah?
Yeah. That biscuit was good.
Martin's biscuits are always good to eat in the morning on trip before trail walk.
Yeah.
Unless you got like Kennesaw, you have a little bit of appetite.
Okay.
You go eat a
Yeah. That's usually expensive too. I mean, it wasn't too bad for me, you know, me, you, and Mackenzie. It's like 40 something, but when you add all, yeah. You alright?
Yeah. Slow bowing. Hey, Ned. There's that tree. Look, huh? The tree that fell over. I should kind of wish I could have saw that fall like that. That would have been kind of neat to see.
Actually, I'd be like videotaping it.
Yeah?
Cause that's how, I don't know. I always find it fascinating when trees fall.
Me too. I'm always like,
Cause you never really know what side. You don't know which way they're gonna fall.
yeah. Where's the domino going to fall?
I don't like these stairs.
No?
No, I don't know. They're like weird. Like and steep.
Yeah. Well, it's better than having to walk up the mountain like that.
Yeah, I don't know if Kinkin would like this one.
She ran it before. She was, when last time I came out here, she was in front of me running this thing.
Oh, all the way through here?
Yes. She ran, not like all the way to the top. I think we stopped at some point right there at the very top of the stairs.
Yeah.
Because we didn't know it was farther on beyond from where we walked to.
Yeah.
But she ran all the way up this mountain with no breath or anything. She's a trooper. She was doing it. And she calls herself, I'm Sonic.
Yeah. And then sometimes she says, I can't do it. That's when her laziness kicks in.
That's when we go to Kennesaw Mountain.
Yeah.
I like when we go to Kennesaw Mountain. I think everybody gets irritated with me because we go to Kennesaw Mountain too much.
Probably.
I love Kennesaw. If we were over in Pennsylvania, we'd be going to Gettysburg all the time.
Yeah.
Then I could know y'all about that.
I should see how much the bobbleheads are at Kennesaw.
Yeah. That's what I think. I think they were like 11 and 12.
Hey, that's what you could do while I'm still filming. You can call it.
Oh.
Call the Kennesaw and see how much they are. Cause is there? Well, whichever. I mean, I would prefer getting Lee first, but that's another thing.
He can ride in the trunk.
You know, Grant can ride in the trunk.
Grant's gonna sit at the top of the port. He's like, yo! I like Lee too. I like both sides. I think they both.
At least Grant was, or at least Lee was actually in some battles. You never seen Grant.
Cause he was with his cigars.
Huh?
He smoked like what? When I tell you, like 24 cigars, no, 12 cigars in one day or something.
Oh yeah. He was probably in the back getting like an oxygen tank.
He was sitting off his horse in his tent.
I know Sherman was one of his main leaders.
He was chucking his Native Americans.
Sherman was one of his main generals.
Sherman?
Yeah. Kind of like Lee and Longstreet was.
Yeah, he was after. General Lee was, Grant was first because Lincoln liked him so much that he was going to put him as the leader of all the army and the Union.
And then he became president.
And then he became president after, but he didn't want that role to be over all the Union army. No, he didn't want that. I got that wrong. He didn't want that role to be inside the White House.
Yeah.
He wanted to stay out there in the field with his guys.
Which is understandable. There's another trench.
Yeah. I'm just going to show you my face. And let me see if I can...
Call the visitor center. Just saying.
Huh?
Just saying. Who was that?
Check out your new canvas prints.
What? I have pictures of.
Pictures you taken.
Oh, on Google Photo?
Yes.
Oh.
That would be awesome. Make a canvas out of some of those pictures.
I know. Hey, puppy.
Hi, honey.
Good, how are y'all doing?
Hi, buddy. He's like, I want some loving.
They're girls.
No, I know. I'm saying they want some loving. They want some petting. I think they were pits, weren't they?
I think so. Yeah, the face.
I think this is that marker talking about that unknown soldier that's buried over there at the railroad. Alright, you guys, so right here is talking about the grave of the unknown soldier, or the unknown hero. Local families once recalled that a few days after the battle, a wooden box addressed Allatoona, Georgia arrived at the station with no information. As it is original, 6 local women found a deceased Confederate soldier in the box and buried him alongside the railroad in a location lost to history. Local historians believe that the burial on this spot is not the soldier the ladies buried, but Private Andrew Jackson Houston of Mississippi, who died here in the battle and was buried where he fell. Forgotten to time this for several years, in 1880, this site was marked with an iron fence and a marble headstone inscribed, "An unknown hero, He died for the cause he thought was right." Railroad employees maintained the grave for many years and later moved the grave to its present site when the rail line was relocated. So this is Georgia's Governor Joseph Brown was inspired to write his poem about Allatoona's unknown hero. And right here it says, here's his poem right here. So that is actually pretty cool. I'll make sure I'll get that close up for you guys as well. But I'll go out there as well and show you guys the unknown hero. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get ready to load up and head over to the unknown hero location. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and I love you guys. And make sure you guys check out my recent videos as well, and love you guys. Alright you guys, so I am actually just right up the road from Allatoona Pass. As you guys can see, there is a railroad actually right across from where I'm standing, and right behind me, here we go, right behind me, this lies the location of the unknown soldier, which was a hero. Now, a little bit that's kind of weird about this story is there was no identification of this man when he was sent home or sent to the Allatoona depot train station, other than the words written, Allatoona, Georgia. So it is a Confederate soldier though. I just don't know which Confederate regiment he was part of. Some say that it was the Mississippi regiment, and then some say that it was the Missouri regiment. So there's a lot of unanswered questions, and nobody really knows who this man is, but they do know him as a hero. Now there is a man that wrote a poem for this man, you know, for his heroic act here at Allatoona Pass. I'm going to bring that poem to the video as well, but I hope that you guys enjoy this video. And if you guys are ever out here in Allatoona Pass, not only walk the beautiful scenic walk through and the trails that they have there, but come out here and pay respect to this unknown hero. Even though he doesn't have a name, he still deserves respect and shown love each and every day somebody comes through and passes through. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and conclude this video. I'm going to start heading back, and then also prepare for a very epic and fulfilled weekend. Saturday, I'm going to be going to the Martin Luther King Center, and I'm going to be filming those locations and how Martin Luther King started his career as not only a co-pastor with his father, but we'll also go into where he worshipped, where he was born, and many other things as well. And then on Saturday as well, we're going to conclude the video at the South View Cemetery, where his father and the rest of the Kings are actually buried, as well as the Hall of Fame legend Hank Aaron. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and conclude this video, because there is a train that sounds like it's going to be coming through in a little bit. Maybe not. I just heard the alarm or the sound go off, so maybe they were just testing. But with that being said, make sure you guys hit that like button, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, and once you guys subscribe, make sure that you guys hit that notification bell as well, so you guys can be notified when new videos are released. And like always, share this video with anybody that you may know that may want to learn some more history of the Civil War. And I love you guys. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and conclude this video, because here comes the train. Love you guys.